Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes. Back on good old Satisfactory for, well, another night, I should say, this time. Yeah, it was very late at night. It is a very, very, very late. Yeah, we're back on here. We're back on our modded playthrough. And if you'd like to know what those mods are, the mods list is down in the description section of the video, along with a link to Satisfactory Mod Manager, so you can download and install mods for yourself. See, it's not pre-recorded. uh, I can change it up whenever I like. But yeah, we're back on here. A very, very late upload this one's going to be. Because we done a multiplayer multiplayer game on Sons of the Forest that lasted um, quite a while, but it started when I've been recording the last couple of days, so I wasn't able to get a recording in beforehand, unfortunately. And a few other reasons that I won't go into. But anyway, um, we're back on here, and I did do what I said I was going to do. I did manage to get that done. So you remember, this is what we did last time. We put the belts in for the rubber. And I did check and recheck this system to make sure all the belts are hooked up correctly. But yes, I did it on the other side too. I did it for the plastic. So now if we go over here with a little bit of autosave lag. Autosave already? What? But yeah, see, I did it over here as well, and I made sure this system's entirely working, and I've been turning on these machines. Let's see, that one's full. Not this one. This one's off. Okay, this is the next one. Yeah. So I've been turning on these machines as well to try and pump out rubber and plastic and stuff like that too. So anyway, yes, I did. I did also get that done when I had the chance. So yeah, we're going to, today's plan is going to be taking these belts and bringing them towards the central storage, um, onto the bus, the main bus rail here. That is going to be our next plan of attack. We're going to try and do that. So I think we'll just bring them in and then bring them up just like we would normally. So we're going to have, we'll probably get a ladder up there maybe. Take a ladder, temporary ladder. There we go. Oh. So we'll get up here. And where's that? There's our plastic. So our plastic is there. We're going to bring it in, bring it on through. Probably do like a oh, I'm out of beams. Oh, that's right, I sunk all my beams. Okay, so the other thing I was doing too, in between episodes, was I was upgrading belts. So I spent a good couple hours doing that, and whatnot. I don't know. I disconnected these two boxes and I took it out because this machine isn't fast enough to fill those boxes. So I was just like, oh, I'll just do the one box for now then, and then it can back up and whatnot. So, but yeah, all them belts are now all Mark IV. All of them are. Not every belt around here is Mark IV, but quite a few of them are, at least in the upper section of town here. There is a lot of the belts have been, the belts and the lifts have been upgraded to Mark IV. I'm trying to keep track of where I am with all that, so. But yeah, I've went a little bit upgrade happy with those and got those upgraded today as well before I had to record. So I was doing partially that and partially some other stuff. Like I said, this week I did tell you, I did warn you guys this week was going to be a mess, and it sure is. It is not short of being a mess. We need beams. I forgot already. Yeah, so what I was doing was I'd fill up my inventory with beams, steel beams, and then I'd go sink them so we can get more tickets. That's what I've been doing with those. So over here is a box with beams. Yeah, quite a bit of this is also marked for. Oh, as you can see, there's all my beams. My encased industrial beams. Doesn't look like I have much space for these. What can I get rid of? I can get rid of some of these encased. We'll get rid of some of those because that box over there is full. So we'll get rid of a couple of stacks so we can get a couple of stacks of just regular steel beams. Also upgraded this down here so it sinks a little bit faster. How many tickets I got in there? 9. Okay, nice. Yeah, I've been sinking steel beams, so those have been worth quite a lot too. Now I'm doing encased. And just think, once steel beams, or once we get to Mark 5, steel beams. Once we get Mark 5, it'll be we'll be upgrading all this again. I wish I could just like go on a Satisfactory calculator and just go in there and select all my belts and just upgrade them all to Mark 5 with materials from the chest. That is something you can do when you're destroying stuff with the Satisfactory calculator. You can go in there, select a portion of what you've built, and hit destroy, and then it'll give you an option of whether to just delete everything or if you want to put the materials in a chest. And it'll put the materials in a box for you, which is pretty cool. It's like, I wish I could do that so bad. I would totally upgrade everything to Mark 5 once we had the materials for it. Oh. Sorry, my brain is all over the place today. I do have a bit of time ahead of me. That's whale. Because I need to get ahead of this curve. I am so behind on recording right now. So behind. This is what happens when you get busy. When you get busy with stuff. Yeah, we'll do that. Then that gives us a reference point. Some foundations. Heck. I swear I heard a cat. That might be the wind. That's weird. That might be the wind, or maybe that was the. I don't know. If you guys heard it, then that was definitely not the wind. I am a Oblivion enemy or an Oblivion character right now. Must have been the wind. When he gets shot with an arrow right in the back of the head, and he's just like, "Who's there?" Must have been the wind. Fucking arrow in the back of his skull. So good. Those memes are still hilarious. Alright, so hold on. We need a 4-meter foundation up here. And then that'll give me the basis for this 1-meter foundation, which I'm gonna take all the way down here. This is just so I can place supports for place supports for belts. Okay, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Yeah, so we're gonna bring that this way. Oh, I accidentally. Oh, I almost fell off. That was almost a bad time. Okay. So we're gonna go into logistics. grab ourselves some conveyor poles. So it's gonna be like, oh wait, I forgot. This is the support here. It's gonna be like this. I think we'll take the plastic to the furthest set. Yeah, that should be okay. So yeah, we'll have to do Mark IV, logistics Mark IV. So wait, so the belts are coming in. How are the belts coming? Yeah, that's definitely. Need a reference point here. The belts are coming in there. So then we go 1, 2, place it on the edge. Okay. Nope. So right there. Yeah, that's it. There's a hellacious wind outside. And then... Perfect. Okay. Yeah, they'll go through the... Well, actually, this won't exist. It'll be like this. Not this. That. Alright. Then Mark IV. There we are. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna get rid of these two. Just like that. Alright, so then we go along here. I erase these. And you'll see why. I'll show you why. It's like you'll see why, because I'll show you why. So normally, see how with these erased, I can do this. And they're snapped. When these are not removed, and I can't hold control either, so not close enough. No. So that's why I have to remove these beams. But that's also why the foundations have to exist. And that one. It's also too, I think, the other reason I've been recording later, and it's been taking longer to get recordings out and stuff like that later in the day, is trying to think, what did I call it? It's because I've been doing a lot more. Been doing a lot more in my videos for recording and stuff like that. So cutting out more stuff like that. It's been an interesting week. So my brain's not totally 100% here because it is like super late. It's like name one time that is never ever, or name one thing in time that's never ever absolute, and that's a YouTuber schedule. Their recording schedule. It's like you can record and put out videos at the exact same time every day of every week of every year, or every month of every year. And there will always be a time where it's not exact. That's why my video's been going out later. It's just I've been trying to cut out more and more of the building process. Like I'll show you guys like the process of how my brain works and figuring stuff out. And then once we figured out that process and we know what we're gonna build, then I'll either continue building it in the episode, or if I'm doing something simple, I'll just build it off camera. Things like that. Just trying to make the series more forgiving in the boring era. Like it's not quite as boring, basically. That's what I'm going for. Okay, so then from here, yeah, there's some hellacious wind outside. It's just windy. There's no other way to explain it. Like now, normally in a conversation like this, I'd give you guys the state I live in. I live in the U.S., of course, but the state I live in, so that you could so that you can then understand what kind of wind I'm talking about here. But I cannot. I mean, if we're talking about wind, significant wind speeds, most of the time in the year, you can kind of figure out some states, I suppose. Okay, yeah. Because that's going to come in this way. It's going to connect. Actually, let's figure that out right now. Okay, so we're going to need to... I'll just put a foundation underneath it and drag it over. That should work. At least we hope, anyway. Good thing the slope ends up about where I need it. Okay. So then, ooh, that's like a very low clearance. That's a crazy clearance right there, I'll tell you that. So logistics. Now we may have to do some trickery to get that to work. I think the belts will come through and then they'll just hop on, maybe. You know what? Yeah. I think the belts will just go straight. Just about. They'll just about go straight out. Okay. Let's see. So we need... Where is it? Need some conveyor supports. And then these will just like join on, something like that. Like unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit weird. But this is the plan for the moment, anyway. Okay, get the rubber going, because I'm more interested in how I'm going to set this up. It's like, how am I going to get this to connect? Oh, I could just connect it. Is it straight? It is. Yep, it's straight. It's weird, but it's straight. Like it works. I know what to do though as well. So here's how we kind of make this make sense a little bit more. We got architecture. We grab a road barrier. We put it right in the middle of that beam, right in the middle of the foundation. I grab a wall. Control, do that, and then we grab our mod here. So this is a mod by Andre, the wall hole. We haven't seen this in quite a while, have we? Actually, that's not gonna work. Not right there, anyway. Hold on, I got an idea though. So we do the same process of what we just done. I forgot that they weren't as big as I wanted them to be. So. Yeah, so we put a wall there instead. Actually, we grab two road barriers. Go like that. So then now we're gonna grab a wall. Yeah, I can jump this wall. Yep, I can jump this wall. Okay. And now we grab that Andre Aquila mod. And again, I still have yet to be corrected, so I'm just assuming that's exactly how it's pronounced. It's not in the greatest position. I can't use it. Actually, could I? I think it's too close. Let's see. Yeah, it's too close. What we could do, though, is we could possibly put one on this side. Use that one. Might straighten it up. Yeah, that freaking wind is... That wind is nutty out there. Like, I got my window closed and I can hear it whistling in it anyway. You know, you got your window closed, but if you got a little bit of air leaking, if that wind really pushes on that window, it's gonna whistle like a train. No, it's not whistling like a freight train. I know. For one, I'm pretty sure I know there's a tornado. And for two, unless something was broken with the system randomly. Actually, is that worse? That might be worse. See, I can't put a wall hole here because it's not gonna... Actually, that one makes more sense. Kinda. No, that's not gonna work. Let me try... So these ones thicker? No, they're much thinner. Much thinner. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, that's... I think it's even worse. If I pull it over, it might fit better. Just trying to make this fit. Yeah, because our other one's going to be here. That one's going to be here. Which will work just fine. We'll go architecture. We have another road barrier. There's probably a better way of making this work, but this is how I see it working. Okay. So then we do that. Move it over. Then we got logistics, Mark 4. Now that's even worse. Hold on. Get rid of that. And get rid of that one. Because if we can drag it out, it'll work better. For reference, let's put this one here. So this one is here, this one here. So it's right in the middle. Just for reference. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's get rid of these. Go. Gotta try all the things. That's still not... Jeez. The wind. That's still not where I want it, though. Yeah, it doesn't quite fit. Trying to connect to everything but where I want it to connect, where I want it to go. No, wrong one. No, wrong one. There we go. For some reason, it wants to connect. You know what? That one's not bad. That's my best try. Oh, you know what? I should have done. I got it, though. I got it. This is what I should have done. Why has this gotten smaller? What is happening with this game? Is my scale off? Video resolution it is 1920 by 1080. Am I in windowed mode? I am. Windowed full screen. No, that didn't fix it. Why is the scale so small on this? It seems to, like, my scale's off or something. So I need Alt and then L. But yeah, I could drag it over. Yeah, that works. We'll do that. Okay. Oh, and then we need to Control left click or Shift. There we go. Control right click. That's what I need. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna drag this one over to the middle. Just we'll call it, or we'll say it's because of the we'll say it's because of the railing, or because of the supports. We had to move it over. You know, excuses. All right. So now we got that figured out. Now we just repeat it once more. Oh, that's bad news. Bad news. I forgot the other. Forgot the other one. Man. So yeah, this one here. And then this one here. Now this one we don't have to use, so we can just drag it straight on through. But I'm not going to drag it straight on through just yet. Architecture. Got road barrier. Road barriers is like the most powerful items. Right up there with the catwalks. They're the most powerful items to make the game do what you want it to do. Honestly, though, they should have just allowed some more creative freedom. I don't know why they don't. I mean, I know they're like big into the modding community too, but I think they could definitely incorporate some mods. Okay, so now we're gonna go logistics once more. Conveyor wall hole. Oops. Conveyor wall hole. Okay. And this is just for, this is just more for, ooh, I almost got knocked off. It's more just for aesthetics than anything. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm just going to drag this on through. Let's put a conveyor pole there. Or wait. 1, 2. There we go. And the conveyor poles can't exist here anyway. So, yeah. Let's drag this one on through because this one's fine. So yeah, this is more of just a visual thing. Oh. Oh, that's why that worked. Okay. I mean, I'm fine with it. To be 100% honest with you. I'm fine with it being a little wonky here at the end. Okay. We gotta get rid of these supports. Because there's just gonna be a framing underneath. And it'll be the framing holding everything up rather than these. Okay. It's going to turn on a lot of machines as well. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, did I not put the wall holes on? What? What happened here? Oh. Oh, I see. This one is a mistake. That's why that one was a mistake. It's fine. We can fix it. Architecture once more. Road barrier. Just one, please. Also, we need a road barrier over here because I forgot to put the stupid wall holes on this side. Man, said my brain is not here today. Tonight, I should say. I am tired. But I will only go to bed. Once I have what I need recorded. That's fine. Man, figuring this out is like, it's like pulling teeth, eh? 1, 2. Okay, so when that goes there, yeah. Okay, now, well, let me put wall holes here. So that one out. Okay. That goes that one. Should be rubber coming out of that. There's not, though. Oh, you know why. I know why. Wrong one. Actually need to grab that one. Not that one. No, we need to grab this one here. There we go. Because you can't go from wall hole to wall hole. And this one will just go straight through. Now it's the way it should be. And that. Okay. Alright, so now... Oh, we can't go through that. Okay, we'll just get thrown off. That's fine too. Ow. These. So that's what I did with the plastic, just to check it. Since this side is mostly empty, I'm just going to go over here and put a bit of rubber inside the machine. Then we're going to go up here, follow that rubber. It's long gone, but oh no, it's still gone. Yep, just to check it. See about. So I've already checked all the machines, so they're good. Now let's see about. See. Bouncy. Whoa. We might have had a fall. Might have had an issue. Where's my ladder? I don't know why I'm getting motion blur. I think it's just my PC. You know what that scaling resolution or that scaling issue? That could be related to my graphics card. Very possible. Whee! Just travel across the city like this. This will be your cinematic shot. I actually have a mod, or I don't have a mod. Somebody has made a mod for cinematic shots. I need to use it, but I just don't. It's not hard to use or anything, really. I just don't. Yeah, that works. Okay. Now everything's the way it should be. Alright, cool. Yeah, so then get that. Drag them across. Okay, we're good there. And then we do supports here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more. 2, 3, and 4. Okay. This one was a lot harder to get a hold of, but you know, it's not bad. A little bit awkward right there, but it works. Yep. It's instant stop. I can't go up these belts. These belts are way too fast. Just have to walk up the edges. Okay. And now we can go along here and just delete all these foundations because we don't need them anymore in the center. We can't run any more belts anyway, so just go along and get rid of those. Okay, so now we gotta hook these up. Now this one will probably get a support. So that 1, 2, and then just remove the support, and there we go. Perfect. And that wind is going. Every time I hear it, it's just like, it's almost like a thunderstorm outside. Oh, interesting. That one's interesting. Hold on. Let's see if we can fix that. It's not so wonky. Oops. It's actually supposed to be over, but actually this should. Nope. So this one has to be here then, in order for it to take a 90 degree. Yeah. Okay. Go down here. Is that correct? I think that is. Oops. A little bit wonky there. That should be much straighter. Yeah, that's much better. Much more better. It's much better. Alright, sweet. Now the rubber is entering the line. Okay. Ah, I should have had that on zoom mode. Excuse me. Bit of acid reflux there. Oh, you can hear it. This acid reflux, man. It's gonna whoop my butt today. Okay. Now we just remove these. This one allowed me to, never mind. I didn't say nothing. Shush. Okay. Good. Okay. Alright, sweet. Supports are back in place. And so that's how I place belts on top of these things. Like I said, it was going to be a little bit awkward at one point. Oh, this one's in the wrong spot. I just noticed that. Oh, I have to fix it. Now that I've seen it, I'm an OCD person, so like now that once you see it, you can't unsee it. So I wonder that I thought it was strange that the conveyor belt lift was partially in that support, but I was like, oh, that's a little bit strange, and then I just didn't even think about it. I was just a little bit off. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this on both sides. Also, I didn't even... Oh, I just removed that. Idiot. Okay, now it's all in the correct right spot. There we go. Yeah, like part of it was just like, meh. I'm just gonna be in the wrong spot today. Hopefully I didn't get that wrong anywhere else. Yeah, that one looks correct, and that one looks correct. Okay, cool. So now the plastic and rubber are now all hooked up to the central, or they're on the central path anyway. They're on the path for central storage. It's like an epic quest, something to that effect. Anyway, so now I'm gonna do this, do that. No. Oh, we need to drag it across, that's right. Like, even if there's nothing there, I have to drag it across. It's even in the wrong spot, technically. Oh no, never mind. It is. It is in the correct spot. I'm just stupid. It happens. So my brain's all over the place today. Might not get much done. That looks real real funky. Just absolutely nutty. Oh, there it is. Hopefully that doesn't mess up my belts too much. Let's find out what it looks like on top. We may have to change that. Shouldn't have to, but we may have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to change it. I know how to do it though. Or I know how I'm gonna do it. Just gonna delete it first. Because there is like a 2 meter. It's 2 meter. I think these are like 4 meter. A 4 meter will be better than the square that I just proposed. They're not the same on the bowl. Well, we'll have to put. It's fine. Okay. I guess this first one we can do a full box frame just like that. Nah. That's fine there. Okay. So does this have sides? It does. Alright. So now what we do is we use the wall. Can I not put this on the side of those? It's being strange. Ah, crap. How am I gonna do that? You just drag it. And I'd drag it down? Nope. Where'd it go? Oh, that was one too far. I just thought I need to put the ramps all the way across. I completely forgot to do that. I'll just have to delete the top ones. Because it wants to be awkward. One too many. There. And then we do the floor. That's on zoom mode. Oh, not glass foundation, this. Gotta hit R. There we go. It doesn't make any noise, which is kind of creepy. It didn't make any noise. I'd still like them to do every single foundation they already have in the game. Take those foundations and make them into frame foundations. That would be cool as well. Or not make them into, but make frame foundations of all the foundations. Because currently you only have the 4 meter foundation, the 4 meter ramp, the 4 meter inverted ramp, and a wall frame, and a floor frame. They do not have the 2 meter foundation, the 1 meter foundation as a frame, as well as the 2 meter and 1 meter ramps, and the inverts, and all the... Like, I'd like every foundation to be a frame as well. I think that would be really cool. You could do some crazy, crazy work with those. Okay. So yeah, that's now all hooked up, which is nice. And then we're going to go in here and see if there's any more machines we can turn on. I've just been saying to hell with it, turning all these on. Just leave them on. And it won't blow it, it won't kill it to run these for a few minutes. but only if it's for those few minutes. But then we'll have a whole bunch of plastic and rubber just stored up inside these machines for right now. So I've been doing it. I like how the door opened as I walked out of the wall. I walked where the wall's supposed to be. The door's like, I'll open for you. Oh. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. Okay, this one. Turn this one on. Now we're starting to get some heavy oil residue as well. Okay, so now that we got that hooked up, now we got to figure out how we're going to get the heavy oil residue over over here. So we need to do a heavy oil residue tanks, and this is the reason I bought the tickets, because I want to put down these right here. And this is why I got the tickets, so I can have a bunch of frames. Because the frames are expensive to make. And tickets are just allows me to be a little bit lazy. Anyway, let that autosave. That autosave's gonna... I wonder if I can get it in jump air. 1, 2, go! Yeah, buddy. It's like the ending of those old 90s shows where they jump into the air and go, yeah! They just freeze, and then the credits roll. And then they scroll through different pictures of the different activities you've seen throughout the show, but it's all frozen in time. Man, I am dating myself so hard. Giving out my age to everybody. I was just curious if I had any encased industrial frames or anything in these. It doesn't look like it. Let me grab that one ticket I had left. I think I had a single... Oh, no, I might have spent it. Yeah, I spent it. Okay. Still have, fireworks. And those encased industrial beams are expensive. Or they're worth a lot, man. We went from, what, 9 to 15, or 9 to 14? Sheesh. Just with a few stacks. It's crazy. They're super worth. Yep, I'm gonna buy 2 stacks of frames. I can't even carry them all. Let me get rid of these tickets. Tickets. And then we should have enough for what I want to do. Purchases. There we are. Okay. So yeah, now we'll have enough to do that as well. But we need to get all these pipes to Mark II. That's going to be our next goal as well. We need to Mark II all of this stuff. But first I'm going to figure out... let's Mark II all the heavy oil for right now. Because we're going to be messing with it, so... Just might as well. Logistics. So we're going to do Mark... Oh, we don't have pipeline Mark... Oh, no, we do. Wait, where's the Mark II no indicator? Did that get removed? Did the Mark II no indicator get removed? Huh. That's kind of sad. Or does it not exist? Did it ever exist? No, I'm pretty sure there was a pipeline Mark II without any, with no indicators. Let me go check the, let's go check the whatchamacallits. whatchamacallits, the milestone. Because the milestone, I believe, does show, like if you do fluid handling, it shows both pipelines on there. Maybe? Gosh. And I forget day to day who I am sometimes. Logistics. Logistics doesn't unlock. Oops. The tier 3. Basic steel production. Coal power. No, it doesn't show it. Okay. Weird. Yeah, it just shows pipeline Mark 1. It doesn't show pipeline Mark 1. No indicator. Industrial manufacturing. Pipeline engineering Mark 2. Yeah, where's Mark 2? No indicator. Huh. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to deal with it, I guess. That's kind of irritating. I want no indicators on my Mark II pipes. I'm not a fan of the indicators. I mean, they're okay. They're not that bad. I dealt with them for a long time before what was that? Update 6. Yeah, update 6 brought the no indicators. It was either update 6 or it was one of the patches for it. I can't remember. Because update 6 was a bit weird. there was like some patches in between for update 6. Like I don't know. I don't want to waste the plastic. We won't do the oil pipes yet because there's just too many. But I want to do the heavy oil. We can do that today. So we're about out of time. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Horizontal vertical. Just make sure it doesn't do anything funky. Sad, I'm going to have to repaint all these. That's another thing they need to work on too, like upgrading or middle clicking to copy things should copy the colors as well. Or like if you hold out the color gun, maybe you can like control click or something to copy the color. Or maybe for holding the color gun, you can middle click because the middle click doesn't do anything right now. Like middle click to copy the swatch, and then what it does is it temporarily places it on your custom. That could be pretty cool. So yeah, unfortunately we have to do that, and it'd also be nice on the Mark II pipes to have the secondary color do something. Do like these. That'd be pretty cool. I just thought, Mark II on these. It is very windy today. Or tonight, I should say. It's what it is it's rolling in a rainstorm that's going to turn into snow tomorrow. I live in an ever-changing climate. There we go. Wow. English, I can't see. I struggle with the English language all the time. But yeah, where I live, it's hot in the summers and cold in the winters. During the springtime, we get rain, hail, and sometimes tornadoes and high winds, thunderstorms, all that stuff. We get all that, and then during the summer, we get into the triple digits, um, during the summertime. And it usually brings almost no wind and no rain. We end up with a lot of droughts, usually. It's not great. I mean, sometimes we'll get like big rains in the summertime too, but it's just like most of the time it's super dry and just super hot. Well, actually, I wouldn't say super dry. We get humidity too. We get like 80-90% humidity as well. Some summers. It's just whatever. Oops. Oh no, I just painted that. It's fine. Um, yeah, we get some summers where it's just like super, like it's almost like Texas, and then um, some summers it's like Arizona. You know, it's pretty crazy. Yep. And then during the fall time, we have the changing of the leaves and all that stuff. Oh, I guess not. There's some trees that do it. A lot of the trees around here will just shed all the leaves. We have a lot of those trees that like the entire tree looks like it just died. All the leaves fall off. Every single one. There's a lot of those trees, and there's just leaves just everywhere during the fall time. I mean, that's why it's called fall, but that's one of the reasons anyway. Bit autosave lag. I got turned around. Oh well. So yeah, and then once we get that, um, we also do get some rain as well during the fall time. We don't get any monsoons really at all. I wish we did. But yeah, we get that. Throughout the fall time, we'll get some rain, and sometimes we'll get some snow, some like sleet and stuff like that. Maybe some. We'll get. Sometimes we'll even get ice storms too. Like it'll be just cold enough to snow, but it's really cold up in the clouds. So then it's like it's like hail, but it's really soft. It's like little ice balls. And then during the winter, we'll get super cold. We'll get down into the negatives. We'll get below zero and down into the negatives sometimes. And we'll get snowstorms. Sometimes we'll get super heavy blizzards. And, things like that. Of course, that's more rare than getting super heavy blizzards is more rare than anything else. But it is kind of crazy. We go through climate change like you wouldn't believe. But that's the way it's always been. It's always been that way here. So that's what I've been told. That's just it's one of those type of areas that the weather is very, very unpredictable. If you're trying to, looks like it's going to rain, and then the next thing you know, that storm just went around you. Or the next thing you go is just like, oh, here comes a storm, but it looks like it's way off, and all of a sudden it changes, does a 90-degree turn, turns on a dime 90 degrees, pulls the handbrake, and drifts up into you, and all of a sudden now you're getting hail and thunderstorm, and it's really nuts sometimes. We had one really funky snowstorm one year. I was out plowing, and we had this snowstorm hit us just out of nowhere. Actually, even the weather system said, "Oh, it's only gonna drop maybe an inch of snow or whatever," and then all of a sudden, Burlington. I shouldn't say that. Anyway, a city next to us. Say that that'll give you. It's not exactly next to us. I think it's. Let's see, how far is it out? It's quite a while. I think it's around an hour's drive, something like that. Around an hour's drive, maybe. And anyway, all of a sudden that closed down because we had the storm coming in. They closed down the interstate there, and then they brought it in, or then the snow got brought in. All of a sudden, it just snowed like a foot out of nowhere. It was just instant, snap of the fingers, man, and all of a sudden it was blizzard, high winds, and the storm system, like, they were even scrambling to get the word out that it was a blizzard. It's just like, oh, now you say it's a blizzard, like, well after it was gone, or well after it was already here. We had to close down our part of the interstate. There was wrecks everywhere. Yeah, the one time I actually fully understand people getting into accidents on the interstate, because it was not there 5 minutes ago. And then all of a sudden, here's the blizzard. Here you go. It's just snap with just a drop of a hat. Blizzard time. And then it was even weird. What was weird? I should paint all this. The weirdest part of it was it went. It hit us for a little while. And just kind of sat and spun on top of us. Yes, snowstorms do spin too. They do rotate, just like thunderstorms. I'm missing this little section here. But yeah, it sat and rotated on us for a few hours, and then all of a sudden it stopped snowing, and we're like, it stopped snowing, it must have moved on. And all of a sudden it took a 90-degree turn. You could watch it on the radar, like come in, sit and spin for a few hours, and then all of a sudden, whoop, we're going this way now. And they just went and plowed, or just went and dumped on somebody else, and I had to go help out another crew. I ended up working 18 hours that night, because I was during the day crew at that time, for plowing snow, and then all of a sudden that it was one of those situations that it'd be better if even though I overworked myself, it was better that I was there, helping out, because if not, it would have been all chaos inducing for a lot of people. Like, it would have been a lot worse. I'm not tooting my own horn there either. It's just they needed every person they could get, and even though I got a stern talking to about me working, because during emergency situations, snowstorms and stuff, we're only supposed to work 12 hours. Working for DOT, that's the max we're allowed to work. Otherwise, we can get in some serious hot water. But because of the circumstances of it, I got a talking to about that, but I didn't, get in any trouble. They're like, normally you could end up losing your job with us over something like that, but given the circumstances, we're going to go ahead and let this slide. But just know that this is not something that you do. Okay, don't do that again. But given the circumstances, we understand. That kind of thing. Just because of how bad it was. Oh man, that sucks, that Mark II pipes. I have to do this. But anyway, story time's over. Just telling you about my climate, about how rapid things change around here. Basically, the big summary of that is hot in the summer, like high heat in the summertime, and actually pretty damn cold in the wintertime a lot of the times. The only type of weather we don't get, and this might give it away a little bit, but the only type of weather we don't get is tropical storms or hurricanes. Although we have felt the effects of hurricanes before. Because there is times where a hurricane will hit land and then it'll kind of dissipate, but it'll still be a storm, and it'll travel across land. It'll go across states after it just devastated an area. It turns into a regular thunderstorm and continues on the path. We've had those before. Rare, but it happens. Still happens. But anyway, that is going to be it for this episode of Satisfactory. We'll do a lot more next time, or at least we'll try to do some more next time, um, and whatnot. But yeah, next time we'll be putting up the storage um, for heavy oil and bringing all that heavy oil underneath the road here from both places and bringing it to this area. So that'll be next time. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed, and until next time on Satisfactory. I need to start saying that again. It's so much fun to mess around like that. Make it be more epic than it actually is. Anyway, I guess it's a goodbye.